Hey guys, it's Matt here from Henry Shine, just doing a really quick video showing you how to add GC Lisi into your 3Shape software with a VHF mill. So we're going to go into our settings, we go more, settings, we come down to anatomy design and material settings. So we're going to choose our mill. For today I'm going to choose an E4, but it's the same whether it's an E4 or an E5. Alright, so you'll notice when we click on say Vita, and let's just choose something similar, so Vita Sopranity. So you look at all of our settings, 110.2.8.1, everything's all the same. Cement space 0.9, marginal space 0.4. So they're all your glass ceramics. Emax, all the same, 110.2.8.1, cement space 0.9, marginal space 0.4, same. GC Smart, 110.2.8.1, cement space 0.9, marginal space 0.4. So all of these materials that are dealing with very similar properties are all the same settings in the 3Shape software. If you wanted to add GC Lisi in, just go to GC, go to Smart, hit copy material, right? And then we're just going to give it a name, rename it GC Lisi. And once we've done that, I'm just going to copy it. We're going to go to all of our settings and we're just going to change where it says Smart to Lisi. So inlay on lay, veneers, just change all the wording if you wanted to. So we're not changing the parameters at all between any of these materials, just so you know. And then if you actually look at the cheat sheet that GC Lisi give, GC Lisi don't give any cement gap, parameters or anything like that. It's just, minimum thickness across the wall or, across the occlusal surface. So there's, when you're prepping, they suggest a point or 6 degree, wall cavity angle, but outside of that, everything's just as per usual. So we're just going to use all these settings here between, we're going to use the settings for Smart and just copy it into Lisi. Now we've changed all the wording for the HT, so we're just going to go to LT and we're just going to paste in Lisi for Smart here. Alright, so once this is done, we now have at least Lisi to choose in our 3Shape software. So we're going to go back to our patient. Right, so this is our test case. So we're going to open it. So once we open it up, you can see it's a pretty simple workflow. Choose your material at the start. Well, actually, these days we don't choose our material, we just choose a preparation, right? And then later on, we come in here and we choose our material. So I'm going to make sure I choose VHF, E4, and material. You can see now there's Lisi. So it doesn't matter if it's LT, HT, whatever you choose, right? But this is not setting the milling strategy. This is just the parameters of what's going to spit it out for drill parameters and whatnot. So it's all going to be set up for the Z4 or E4, depending on what mill you choose. Let's just quickly... I'm not doing this. You can critique my margin here. I'm just doing this really quickly just so that we can go through on my workflow. Alright, close enough is good enough, guys. Next. So this is going to be our... Doesn't that kill you? Oh, it does matter. Let's go. Okay, so there's our crown, right? Once a crown is calculated, come on AI, do your best. There we go, perfect. So, we can see the areas in red are a little bit thin. Let's just thicken them up just a little bit. Right, we can be forgiven if this is a smidgen below minimum thickness. That's all good. Let's just bring that out. That's fine. And let's bring that out a smidge. Alright, and let's just smooth that now because I can't help myself. Oh. Alright, cool. couple of clicks there. All right, done. So now we'll accept everything, right? We love our AI design. Great, we rate it. And now we go next. All right, so from here, we're going to send it to the mill, right? Hit send. Now, depending on what mill version you have, this is going to be the E4. So now you can see my crown design is just been imported. So this is that crown design that we just did. Cool. Now, if you want it to be done fast, you can leave it on 1 star, standard or optimal. This is going to take longer to mill. If you've got it on 1 star, you need to make sure you've got crown and bridge fully anatomical ticked. Don't leave it on less detailed. So it's got to be fully anatomical if you're going to do it on fast. I prefer it on 3, you know, whatever floats your boat. Once that's done, we click here to move the crown into our workflow. Right. So it's searching for drilling protocols. That's all good. And then once it does that, you can see that the crown then comes into our block. If it's just a little bit too big, this one is for the 14 mil. Let's just move it. There we go. So now that's in. You can see here, this is the area where you need to make sure GC Lisi is chosen, right? When we're in this workflow, it's more to do with what offset we're going to be using. So if I scroll through here, you can see that when it's doing its cement space, it's got an offset built in that's designed for the E4. So you can see here, it's allowed for drilling compensation, right? In here. So that's all done in here, right? But then when you're, this is our cement space, just so you guys know. But then when you're in the dental cam software, it's here when you choose your material that you need to make sure, you know, that we're choosing the correct parameters. Oh, sorry, I've re-chosen a new material, so I just got to redo this. All right, so once that's done, then you can add on your sprue, all right, adjust that wherever, and then send it to the mill. Done. So understand that you can virtually choose almost any material in the 3Shape software, and it will spit out the correct parameters, you know, with your drill offsets and all that kind of stuff, because you're choosing the mill in the 3Shape software. When it comes to the VHF software, it's in here that you need to choose GC Lisi. So it doesn't really matter what material, as long as you're choosing the right mill in the 3Shape software. What's more important is you choose the correct material in the VHF software.